Curtis Bird has a new look. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish have a very confusing coaching staff. And we also have a troubling and controversial end to today's contest between Notre Dame and rival Michigan State. Thanks for joining me today for the next episode of Curtis Bird's Road to Glory. We're in his freshman season. He's already battled Temple, he's battled Michigan, he's battled Purdue, and he's finally got his head on straight. He's got the starting position at middle linebacker for Notre Dame, but there's no time to relax. We're back home in South Bend, and Bird and the defense has been stepping up their game. But there you go, the first look at some confusing play calling by the coaching staff at Notre Dame, calling cover 2 on an obvious 3rd and long situation, leading to an easy throw to the wide receiver, dropping it in between the corner and safety, leads to a touchdown. Notre Dame's offense can't get it going, so the Irish are going to have to figure out a way to stop Michigan State and keep the team in the game. There you see Bird playing starting linebacker, manned up against the tight end. Not his favorite thing to do. He stays with him, but Michigan State was throwing the screen like it was their bread and butter on the day. There were at least 8 completions to the halfback on the screen play, and eventually Notre Dame got around to defending it a little bit better in the second half. But Curtis Bird was on his game in zone coverage today. Could have had an interception. I think he was a little bit surprised that that pass was even thrown. Either way, he makes the tackle. Brings up a 3rd and 4 later on in the drive. There is a screen, and there is Curtis Bird along with his friends in the secondary making the big play. The young man is coming of age. He's got a new helmet. He's got a new pair of gloves. He's got a tackle. And he's making some fans as a freshman. Here you see later on in the second quarter, another screenplay. Oh, look at the mashup, the pile of defenders, but Curtis Bird, slow motion for effect, making the tackle on the perimeter. He's got great pursuit, decent speed. We've got to work on that acceleration. And he's also got great field awareness, and he's got himself a sack. A 3-yard loss on the play. The red-headed stud, the short-statured 5'10", 223-pounder from West Virginia, stepping in as a true freshman, making another tackle over the middle, really owning the underneath passing game, and once in a while getting sent on the blitz, but unfortunately that leads to a completion downfield. But conversely, we've got a little fumble on our hands, and Notre Dame, the defense, stepping up their game. Unfortunately, the offense can't figure it out. Another field goal. Bird, though, back on the screen on defense. Holy smokes, somebody bring that man down. Michigan State is just tearing it up, dumping, throwing the short dink and dunk passing game. Bird now back at middle linebacker as we close out the third quarter. Like I said, not a lot of action from Notre Dame. Only 6 points on the board. Get it together. The defense stepping it up, but oh, Michigan State's quarterback says, "Get off me, you little gnat. You little fella. You're a cute little linebacker." But fired up by the play, Curtis Bird responds and shuts down the beefy Larry Scott. Leads to a field goal. Notre Dame responds with a touchdown. Back on defense now, 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter. We've got ourselves a bit of a tight contest with that touchdown from Notre Dame. The Irish, again, sitting back in their zones. Good pass coverage. Oh my goodness! Unload! Curtis Bird has been holding that one in all year. He's tired of getting stiff-armed. Just laying the lumber, shuffling side to side. The quarterback thinks he can scramble. Bird sees it coming. He was hiding behind the defensive line, and he snuck out and blasted him. And there you see later on, coming on the blitz, getting some pressure. He may not be always making the tackle, but he's definitely always making a play in some way or another. And there you see him reading the screen and messing up the blocking scheme. He didn't even touch the running back, but forced him to fall into his own blocker, tripped up, and he goes down, brings up 3rd and long. Time for a big stop. Bird on man coverage. Notre Dame steps it up, forces the 4th down stop. Notre Dame goes down and scores another touchdown. We're on top, 20-19. Where did this come from? 3 minutes to go. Let's see if Notre Dame's defense can keep it up. Bird back in man coverage, doubling down over the middle. Almost had that one picked, but it was swatted away instead. Later on 3rd and 10, lots of time in the pocket, a man deep, and he gets burned. It looked like they were in cover 3, but somehow the safety shifted into what looked like a cover 2 left. The deep middle wide open Bird in tight coverage on his man, but Brundridge with the touchdown reception. And check how this one ends with Notre Dame coming down to win the game at the end. Stopped, but the final play, a 5-yard penalty on the defense. The clock, though, runs out. You guys know the rules in football. You can't end on a defensive penalty. But the game ends. And Bird ends the contest with 6 tackles, 2 of them sacked. I have no idea what just happened. Michigan State should not have won the game, at least not on that play. Notre Dame still should have had a shot. Either way, we've got to swallow it. We've got to move forward. We've got top 10 Oklahoma coming up next. If you've seen my Texas Dynasty, you know how much I hate the Sooners. That episode's going to be coming to you next week, so be watching for that, and we'll see you then.